Mataji, we will see how many people will join. Then we can start, Mataji, okay?
Yeah, sure, Vinita.
I sent the link now. Let's wait.
Yeah, sure.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we will start in just a few minutes. We're just waiting for a few more devotees to join in. Vinita, let me know when to start. Maybe in about 3 minutes we will start.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. 7:30 exactly. We can start. Yes, Mataji.
You can chant Nipa Mataji. So beautifully you were chanting. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
হরে কৃষ্ণ মাতাজি, আমি আপনাদের মতন বাংলা ইংলিশ বলতে পারি না, আমি একজন বাংলাদেশী।
Oh, very nice, Mataji. Khub bhalo.
Sukha Sagari Mataji speaking in Bangla. Oh, very nice.
I don't know Bengali. I just know like...
Mataji, आपको हिंदी समझ में आते हैं? Can you understand Hindi?
না মাতাজি, আমি বাংলাই বলতে পারি। এমনি হালকা বুঝতে পারি ইংলিশ, হিন্দি, বাংলাই বলতে পারি এবং বাংলাই ভালো বুঝি।
Okay.
বাংলা মিষ্টি ভাষা।
মাতাজি, আপনাদের এখানে কি জব হয় শুধু?
আমেরিকা, হিউস্টন। Mataji.
Mataji, she's saying that it's a japa call or something like that, I think.
আপনাদের এই বুকটা কোথা থেকে চালু করেন?
हाँ, ये श्लोका क्लास, श्रीमद् भागवतम श्लोका।
ও ভাগবতমের শ্লোক হয় শুধু এখানে?
या हाँ श्लोका क्लास माताजी। प्रभुपाद श्लोका, भागवतम प्रभुपाद श्लोक।
Sagari Mataji,
ঠিক আছে, তাহলে
No,
আমি
like-
আসি, আমি তো জব করতেছি।
हाँ श्योर माताजी।
जब अभी नहीं है 4th, you tell her Mataji India timing, japa timing.
ये ఇక్కడ 4 అంటే అక్కడ ఎంత? ఇండియా 2:30 PM జపా। 2:30।
মাতাজি আপনারা একটু ভিডিও অন করেন, আপনাদের একটু দর্শন করি।
Oh my God. Yeah, sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please
Hare
join us
Krishna.
all every day. We have Bhagavatam class. Mataji, please tell her in Bengali.
నాకు రాదే మాతాజీ. ఎవ్రీడే భాగవతం క్లాస్, ఇండియా టైమ్ 6 PM. సారీ, ఇండియా టైమ్ 6:20 అంటే
4:30 PM.
4:30 PM ఇండియా టైమ్।
মাতাজি আমি ইন্ডিয়ান না, বাংলাদেশি।
বাংলাদেশ টাইম 4:30।
ও মানে
How could
4:30
she got the link of our class? How did she got the link?
माताजी, आपको लिंक कैसे मिला क्लास का? ये यहाँ पर
আমি
ज्वाइन
জানি না মাতাজি, আমার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে দেখতেছি আপনাদের সাথে
ओ
add।
व्हाट्सएप में। अच्छा अच्छा, वेरी नाइस, खूब ভালো।
সম্ভবত প্রাণ গোবিন্দ প্রভুর সাথে আপনাদের আছে।
हाँ प्राण
হ্যাঁ,
गोविंद
তাই-
प्रभु। अच्छा,
প্রাণ গোবিন্দ প্রভুই অ্যাড করে দিয়েছেন।
हाँ वेरी नाइस।
Oh, from Pran Govind Prabhuji's class, she got the link. Okay. Jai, Jai. Very nice.
বাংলাদেশে একটা উনি গীতার উপর একটা ক্লাস দেন প্রত্যেক শনিবারে।
हाँ शनिवार प्राण गोविंद प्रभु क्लास।
মনে হয় প্রভুই অ্যাড করে দিয়েছেন।
వెరీ నైస్। వినీత, ఏం చేద్దాం? ఇంకా నలుగురు ఉన్నాం.
ఏమో మాతాజీ, మీరే చెప్పాలి ఈ శ్లోక క్లాస్ నేను చేద్దాం అనేది.
భావన మాతాజీ।
हरे कृष्णा माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Where is your brother today, Mataji? Where is your brother?
He is just coming, joining.
Yeah, okay.
మిరాకులస్ ముకుంద్ కూడా లేదు.
Harita Mataji came. Good.
మొదట చేద్దామే, 7:32 అయిపోయి ఇంకా.
Yes. Yeah, Mataji, अभी श्लोका क्लास शुरू होने वाली है. Okay, Mataji. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, Mataji, please take over, Mataji.
Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We will start with the shloka class for now. And anybody would like to read the prayers, the invocation prayers?
Jai Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। I offer my humble obeisances unto His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. Our respectful obeisances are unto you. O spiritual master, servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, you kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Dev and delivering the Western countries which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakt Vrind, I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityanand, Sri Advait, Gadadhar, Srivas, and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. O Lord, O energy of Lord, please engage me in your service. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So nice to see all of you back again. Let's move on to the shloka. Yeah, for today. Like today's 2 shlokas are a little tough to kind of, quiz and understand, but let's see how far we can go, okay? Yeah. So can you all see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, sure. Yeah, if anybody is inspired to volunteer, we can do the word by word for this shloka.
Yes, Mataji, I can.
Yeah, thank you, Mata. Shrinvanti,
Shrinvanti,
Gayanti,
Gayanti,
Grinanti,
Grunanti,
Abhikshnashaha,
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 Shrinvanti,
Shrinvanti,
Gayanti,
Gayanti,
Grinantyabhikshnashaha,
Grunanti, Bhikshnashaha,
Smaranti,
Smaranti,
Nandanti,
Nandanti,
Tavehitam,
Tavehitam,
Janaha,
Janaha,
Smaranti,
Smaranti,
Nandanti,
Nandanti,
Tavehitam Janaha,
Tavehitam, Janaha,
Taeva,
Taiva,
Pashyanti,
Pashyanti,
Achirena,
Achirena,
Tavakam,
Tavakam,
Taeva,
Taeva,
Pashyanti,
Pashyanti,
Achirena Tavakam,
Achirena Tavakam,
Taeva,
Taeva,
Pashyantachirena Tavakam,
Pashyanti Chirena Tavakam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Padambujam,
Padambujam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam,
Padambujam.
Padambujam.
Yeah, we can go line by line. Are any words tough, like we can repeat? Pravaho Paramam. Okay.
Sure, Mataji.
Yeah. Shrinvanti Gayanti Grinantyabhikshnashaha,
Shrinvanti Gayanti Grunanti Bhikshnashaha,
Shrinvanti Gayanti Grinantyabhikshnashaha,
Shrinvanti Gayanti Grunanti Bhikshnashaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
Taeva Pashyantachirena Tavakam,
Tayeva Pashyanti Charena Tavakam,
Taeva Pashyantachirena Tavakam,
Tayeva Pashyanti Chirena Tavakam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambujam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambujam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambujam,
Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambujam,
Shrinvanti Gayanti Grinantyabhikshnashaha,
Shrinvanti Gayanti Grunanti Bhikshnashaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha,
तयैव पश्यन्त्यचिरेण तावकम्
तयैव पश्यन्ति चरेण तावकम्
भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्
भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्
शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्त्यभीक्ष्णशः
शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति तीक्ष्णशः
स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः
स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः
तयैव पश्यन्त्यचिरेण तावकम्
तयैव पश्यन्ति चरेण तावकम्
भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्
भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्.
Nice, thank you, Mataji. Anybody would like recognize any words? Mataji, Harita Mataji, do you recognize any words on this shloka? Something familiar?
Shrunvanti means listening. Gayanti means singing. I'm not sure what Grunanti. Smaranti means remembering.
Very nice.
Janaha means people, I think.
Very nice. Hitam means, you know, hitam. Pashyanti. Okay, anybody else would recognize any words here?
Mataji, Pashyanti means to see.
Yeah, very nice. Any other words you can recognize, Mata? Achirena, Chiram.
Chiram means like Chiranjeevi, like we say in Hindi. So
Yeah.
like,
Long time. So Achirena means?
or
In a short.
opposite of that means.
Yeah, very nice, Mata. And then Padambujam, anybody recognize?
Ambuja means lotus. Padambuja means lotus feet.
Very nice, yeah. Let's try to see if we can get the meaning. Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Grinanti. Grinanti means to like accept. Grinanti, Abhikshnashaha. Smaranti, Nandanti, Tave Hitam. Hitam means, anybody recognize Hitam? For the hetu or hitam, like that. Hitam means for the good, right? For the welfare, like that. Welfare, like that. Tave hitam janaha. Taeva pashyanti achirena tavakam. So by doing all these processes, shrinvanti, gayanti, grinanti, smaranti, nandanti. Anybody know what is nandanti? I'll give you a clue. Root word is ananda. Nandanti. Ananda is like to bliss, right? Like so Nandanti is to get direct pleasure from, like that. Tavehitam janaha ta eva pashyant achirena tavakam. So people who take pleasure, in these activities, ta eva pashyant achirena, very quickly they can actually get the association or they can see the Lord. Bhava pravaho paramam. So bhava means bhava pravaho paramam. Here is referring to the samsara, bhava sagara. So bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. So when they, focus on the lotus feet, when they worship the lotus feet like this, then they can cross this bhava pravaho paramam. Something on those lines, okay? Yeah, so any volunteers who would like to read the synonyms and the translation?
May I, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Shrinvanti, hear. Gayanti, chant. Grinanti, take. Abhikshnasha, continuously. Smaranti, remember. Nandanti, take pleasure. Tav, your. Hitam, activities. Jana, people in general. Te, they. Eva, certainly. Pashyanti, can see. Achirena, very soon. Tavakam, your. Bhav Pravaha, current of rebirth. Upramam, cessation. Padambujam, lotus feet. Translation. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Thank you, Madam.
Yeah, so beautiful, right? Shrimanti Gayanti Grinanti. Oh Krishna, those who Grinanti is take. Your chant and repeat. Yeah. Okay, Prabhupada has given kind of overall translation. Shrimanti Gayanti Grinanti take abhikshna continuously. Remember Nandanti take pleasure. Tava your ihitam. I was wrong. Ihitam is activities. Tava ihitam jana people in general. They eva certainly pashyanti can see achirena very soon. Tavakam your bhava pravaha the current of rebirth. Like they say pravaha, right? Like we have Bhagavat pravaha class, like that which flows like that. Uparamam cessation and pada ambujam lotus feet. That's when, oh Krishna, those who continuously abhikshnashaha means continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so. So Grunanti is take, Nandanti tavehitam janaha, people in general. Certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. It's very beautiful verse, right? What all activities we can engage in to actually get the darshan of the Lord's lotus feet, or in one sense, go back to the spiritual kingdom and, stop this repeated samsara cycle. Okay, any questions anybody has on this verse? Oh, we'll move on to the next verse. Any volunteers who would like to repeat after me?
May I, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mata. We just 4 of us. So. Apyadya
Apyadya
nastvam
nastvam
svakrite hita
swakrite hita
prabho
prabhu
apyadya
apyadya
nastvam
nastvam
svakrite hita
swakrite hita
prabho
prabhu
jihasasi
jihasasi
svitsuhrudo
svitsuhrido
anujivinaha
anujivinaha
jihasasi
jihasasi
svitsuhrudo
svitsuhrido
anujivinaha
anujivina
yesham
yesham
na chanyad bhavatah
न चान्यद् भवतः
yesham
येषां
na chanyad bhavatah
न चान्यद् भवतः
padambujat
पदाम्बुजात्
parayanam
परायणं
rajasu
राजसु
yojitam hasam
योजितां हसाम्
parayanam
परायणं
rajasu
राजसु
yojitam hasam.
योजितां हसाम्.
Okay, we can go line by line, Mata. Anybody has
Yes.
any questions? Apyadyanastvam svakrite hita prabhu.
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितो प्रभो
Apyadyanastvam svakrite hita prabhu.
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितो प्रभो
Jihasasi svit suhrudo jivinaha.
जिहाससि स्वेत् सुहृदो अनुजीविना
Jihasasi svit suhrudo jivinaha.
जिहाससि स्वेत् सुहृदो अनुजीविना
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
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 परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितप्रभो
अप्यदिनस्त्वं स्वकृते हित प्रभु
जिहाससि स्वेत्सुहृदोऽनुजीविनः
जिहाससि स्वेत् सुहृदोऽनुजीविना
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितप्रभो
अप्यदिनस्त्वं सुकृते हित प्रभु
जिहाससि स्वेत्सुहृदोऽनुजीविनः
जिहाससि स्वेत् सुहृदोऽनुजीविना
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितप्रभो
अप्यदिनस्त्वं स्वकृते हित प्रभु
जिहाससि स्वेत्सुहृदोऽनुजीविनः
जिहाससि स्वेत् सुहृदोऽनुजीविना
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्
परायणं राजसुयोजितामहसाम्.
Yeah, this, it's a little tough, but if anybody wants to go ahead and, recognize, if you recognize any words, please do share. Bhavataha means?
Bhavsagar, like the material world.
Yeah, but in Sanskrit, Bhavataha means?
In future, like you say Bhavishya.
Padambujat, anybody? Again, the same word.
Lotus feet.
Yeah, very nice. Rajasu?
King.
Kings, very nice, yeah. Prabho?
Lord.
Lord.
Suhrudo?
Well-wisher.
Well-wisher, very nice, yeah.
Yesham means fame.
Yeah, Yasham, this is Yesham, like Tesham.
Yesham, okay.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so here it's a little tough. Let's see what what Prabhupada's translations are, and then we will try to see if we can grasp the meaning. Any volunteers would like to read the synonyms and the translation? Or I can do it too.
Api, if. Adya, today. Naha, us. Tvam, you. Swakritam, self-executed. Ihita, all duties. Prabho, O my Lord. Jihasasi, giving up. Swith, possibly. Suhrud, intimate friends. Anujivinaha, living at the mercy of whom, na, nor, cha, and anyat, anyone else, bhavataha, your padambujat, from the lotus feet, parayanam, dependent, rajasu, unto the kings, yojita, engaged in, amhasam, enmity. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us. Now, no one else to protect us. Now, when all kings are at enmity with us.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
the words here are, it's a little difficult to kind of decipher ourselves. We'll take Prabhupada's help, with the synonyms and translation. So Queen Kunti, like we can see, is almost nearing, the conclusion. In another 6 verses, Queen Kunti will end her prayers, like the prayers of Queen Kunti will end. So, I think with verse 43, like 18 through 43 is what the prayers are. So here Queen Kunti is saying, "Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Apyadya nastvam swakrite hita prabhu. Jihasasi, giving up. Are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy?" Anujivinaha, it's a very important word. Anujivinaha, living at the mercy of. Yesham, of whom none nor and anyat anyone else, but your bhavataha, your lotus feet, and have no one else to protect us. That's what they say. We're completely dependent. Anujivinaha, living at the mercy of. And Yesham is the lotus feet of the Lord, is of whom is referring to the Lord here. Nacha anyat bhavata padambujam. So, and they don't know anything else other than, to seek protection of the lotus feet of the Lord. Parayanam is the kings they have defeated, right? Parayanam Rajasu Yojitam Hasam. So now when all the kings are at enmity with us. So the question arises, right? This is after the battle of Kurukshetra, right? When Lord Krishna is getting ready to leave for Dwarka. So that time these prayers are being offered like by Queen Kunti. So why would they actually killed so many enemies, right, in the battle? So why would they still say now when all kings are at enmity with us? Why would Queen Kunti say this? And Prabhupada explains in the purport that, the children of those kings who were slain in the battle may now, be inimical towards them. So that's why Queen Kunti is saying that, the enmity does not end with this battle, but there could be more enemies, because of this battle, because of so many deaths in the battle. So now who will protect us from those enemies? That's what Queen Kunti is asking here in this verse. A very beautiful verse again, and we can see the mood of surrender, right, of Queen Kunti. Like for so many reasons, she's giving to the Lord and imploring that do not leave us, do not leave us. We are completely dependent on you. So she's teaching us by her example that how we should, she could have very well said that now they have won the battle and they can be peaceful and happy, but still she says that we don't know anything. We're completely dependent on you. When we try to achieve something, there's some kind of complacency, right? We kind of set in some kind of complacency and we're like, okay, now I'm happy, I got this, like that. But we see Queen Kunti, they have won the war, they have won the kingdoms, everything looks great now, but because Lord Krishna is leaving, she's so unhappy and she's saying, what will we do without you? It's like, they have nothing, nobody else to protect them, nobody else to be with them. So that's the dependency, right, which Queen Kunti is exhibiting. Like even we see in the symptoms of Sharnagati, right? Like Rakshishyati iti Vishvaso. So, she is like, without you, how will we get any protection? Like she's very confident of Krishna's protection like that. So, very beautiful verses and inspiring verses by Queen Kunti. We will try to revise a few verses we went through. Anybody has questions on these verses?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Mataji, is this one of the prayers of Queen Kunti or just her conversation with Krishna?
Yeah, these verses are like she's glorifying the Lord. Queen Kunti's prayers, they start from 1:8:18. So it's easy to remember like that, right? 1:8:18. Let me try to see if I have. Yeah, like if you see Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, 18th verse. It starts there. So Kunti Vacha. So from there, she starts glorifying the Lord and describing how many different ways he has helped them and all that. So many different things, the inconceivable potencies of the Lord. And, like so many things she actually glorifies the Lord with. And so these verses from 18 through 43 are called Queen Kunti's prayers popularly. Like in the next chapter, we will be seeing Bhishma Stuti, which are called Bhishma's prayers when he sees Lord Krishna on the deathbed. So these are like prayers offered by devotees. So in one sense, they are like, glorifying the Lord. It's in the conversation that they're offering these prayers, but they're popularly known as prayers by Queen Kunti. So it
So
starts.
Mataji, I'm sorry to interrupt. So when we are doing our puja or any time, can we read these prayers, or like in few cases, like they are praying according to their situation here, especially. So can we do those prayers as like we have prayers of Prahlad, prayers of Queen Kunti. So we have heard from many Maharajs in the Bhagavatam class that we need to do these prayers. So we can do these prayers when we do puja.
Yes, Mataji. I mean, though these prayers may appear like she's offering according to her context, but we are in no different situations ourselves. Maybe the contextual reference is different, but the way she, like for example, see how she's glorifying the Lord. Namasya Purusham Tvadyam. She says, "You're the original Purusha, Ishwaram. You're the the proprietor or the controller, Prakrite Param, of even the material energy. Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Avasthitam. So you're not visible, to the ordinary living beings, though you're, present inside and out of every living being. So though we are present, Lord Krishna is present inside and out of every living being, we are not able to recognize, right? So next verse, she describes how, because of the curtain of Maya Javanika Channam, na lakshya se mudadasha. So like foolish people cannot recognize the presence of the Lord like that. So it is, though these prayers are offered by her, it is referring for our benefit. So Prabhupada, in fact, he has written this small booklet also, right? Prayers of Queen Kunti, the teachings of Queen Kunti, like that. So these are very important prayers. And yes, we can recite this. Some people also recite the Narayana Kavacha, like that, and so yes, these prayers can be recited, Mataji, because they're very inspiring prayers. So
Okay, sure, Mataji. Yeah, because like since we have heard from in the Bhagavatam class also, but when we come to the meaning, like according to the situation Mata is telling, so just wanted Nama Pankajana Nama Pankajamale, that is like a glorification of the Lord as a whole. But here situation is coming, right? So that's why I had this question. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Though, it may appear like circumstantial, but, they're very glorious prayers, because Queen Kunti, like Prabhupada says here, right? In one verse, she says, Katham Pashyemahi Striyaha. She says, how can a foolish woman like me, understand Bhakti Yoga Vidhanartham? How can, like somebody like me, Tatha Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam. So Paramahamsas, the great sages, Amalatmanam, very pure souls can understand Bhakti Yoga. But how can a foolish woman like me understand, she says. But Prabhupada says that she calls herself foolish, but she's the most intelligent woman, because if you see in the first verse itself, she says, Antarbahir Avasthitam. So she knows Krishna is inside out, and she sees how Krishna was standing right in front of her, but then he entered into the womb of Uttara and protected her grandson. So she's seeing all this happening, but again, she's portraying herself in so much of humility, and saying that how can a foolish woman like me understand. So these are very inspiring, like so many lessons we can learn, right, from the humility and the surrender Queen Kunti is exhibiting. So these are great prayers to even memorize and recite, like.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. For me, I need to do this because I need to get that humbleness. I don't know when I will get that. So I should really practice this and implement this.
Oh, Mataji, you're very humble. I think I need to get humble more. So, yeah.
Oh, so much to learn, Mataji. So much to learn. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much. Anybody else have questions? Let's just quickly revise the few verses, for maybe we'll do this set of verses until 29. Any volunteers who would like to recite the verse, please?
May I try, Mataji?
Yeah, you can do 2 verse, Mata. Is it okay with you?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
विशान महात्मे पुरुषाद दर्शनाद असत् सभाया वनवास कृच्छ्रितः मृधे मृधे अनेक महारथास्त्रतो द्रोण्यस्त्रतश्च स्म हरि अभिरक्षिता विपदा सन्तु तशश्व तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यत् स्यात् अपुनर्भव दर्शनम्.
Thank you, Mataji. So nicely you recited. Yeah, Harita Mataji, here again, if you see Vishan Mahagne, so, the different pastimes are discussed, right? Vishan is how Bhima was fed the poison cake. And then Mahagne, how they set the fire to the lac house. Purushada Darshanan, how they were, in the forest exiled and faced by man-eaters. Asat Sabhaya is referring to those evil kings, who actually disturbed Draupadi. Vanavasa Krichataha. So they went on exile. Mridhe Mridhe Aneka Maharathastrato. So Mridhe Mridhe again and again, over and over again, Aneka Maharathastrato on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, how Lord Krishna, right? He protected them. Draunyastratas, also he protected Parikshit Maharaj from the weapon of Draunyastrataha, means referring to the weapon that Ashwathama yielded. And Hare Abhirakshitaha, and he perfectly, kind of protected the Pandavas, right? So though these are kind of appearing the ways how he protected the Pandavas, but nonetheless, these are all pastimes of the Lord, right? Very glorious pastimes. So even though it may appear like, it's the protection of the Pandavas, but these are actually referring to the pastimes, the Leela Smaran of the Lord, right? Like that we can, Leela Smaran, it will help us with Namacharita Leela of the Lord, to remember the Namacharita and Leela of the Lord. Like that. So it's very beautiful, right? Queen Kunti's prayers.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, very, very, very inspiring. Anybody else would like to read 26, 27? Janmaishwarya Shrutashruti, that verse?
Mataji, can I say?
Yeah, go ahead, Vinita.
Mataji. Janmaishwarya Sutta Shribi Edamana Madhapuman Naivarhatya Bitatum Vai Vama Kinchana Gocharam.
Do you want to read the other verse too? 27, Vinita?
Yes, Mataji, yes. One second. Namo Akinchana Vittaya Nivritta Gunavrittaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Kaivalya Pataye Nama.
So beautiful, no? Namo Akinchana Vittaya. You see? And here she says, Janmaishwarya Shrutashribi Edhamana Madhapuman Naivahat Avidatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gochana. So she says, you're the wealth of the Akinchana, or the materially exhausted people, like you're their wealth. So Krishna comes to those who are materially exhausted, like, who are not after any kind of material opulences. Again, then she says, Namo Akinchana Vittaya. So now she says, you're the wealth. Nivrita Guna Vritte, Atma Ramaya Shantaya, Kaivalya Pate Namaha. So very beautiful and very key verses. Prabhupada often, like, he quotes these verses, so that we can take example, like how Janmaishwarya Shrutashribi, Janma, by birth, we take very much of pride, in our birth, high birth, like, born to an aristocratic family, this and that. Aishwarya, like opulence. Shruta, lot of learning, we're highly educated. Shribhi, very beautiful. Edhamana Madhapuman. Edhamana, by, looking at all this, we are intoxicated, right? Like we are thinking that we are the best, like that. Naiva hatya bhidatum vai tvamakene. But then we don't, those people, if we have all these different things, then naiva arhati, we don't have the qualification or the eligibility to get Krishna. Why? Because tvam akinchana gocharam, because he is the property. Next she says, namo akinchana vittaya, he is the property of the materially exhausted. So if we are behind all these things and we are kind of, very proud of all these things, then Krishna, we will not be able to get Krishna. That's what Queen Kunti is trying to say. Very beautiful and instructive verses always. Anybody else would like to recite 28 and 29?
May I say, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Manne tvam kalam ishanam anadi nidhanam vibhum samam charantam sarvatra bhutanam yanmitha kali.
Very nice.
Next also, Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. Naved kaschid bhagavam chikshititam taveham manasya nrinam vidambanam nayasya kaschid daito asit karhichit devesya cha yasmin vishmamati nrinam. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Manye tvam kalam ishanam anadi nidhanam vibhum. So he doesn't have, an beginning or an end. Samam charantam sarvatra, and he is equal to everybody, right? Sarvatra bhutanam yanmitha kalihi. Naveda kashchit bhagavam chikirshitam taveha manasya nrinam vidambanam. And these activities, we don't recognize the activities of the Lord, right? Because taveha manasya nrinam vidambanam. Though he in the human form, we do not, when we are ignorant of the Lord's activities, nayasya kashchit daitosti karhichit dveshas cha yasmin vishama matir nrinam. So, the foolish human being cannot recognize the transcendental activities of the Lord and consider them to be like very human, like that, right? So very, very beautiful instructive verses by Queen Kunti here. Okay, anybody has questions? It's already 8:11. We can maybe stop here for today, pause here for today. We need to go through all these verses again. We'll do again a complete revision. At the end, after we do the 43, we will try to revise with the translations so we can remember them. Okay. Okay. If nobody has questions, then we will recite the Vaishnava Pranam Mantra. Vancha kalptarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo
Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sukha Sagari Mataji ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Bhavana Mataji, Bharat Prabhu, and Harita Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Closing the call. Bye bye, everyone.